I've had a pretty not super great storage system when it came to my stickers, so I really wanted to upgrade that and make it in a way that'll be really easy to package orders when I finally open my shop, so something that I can just grab them very easy and see all of the sticker designs really easy. So I found these really cute like frosted containers that I got from Target. They're stackable, which is really convenient for storage, and I figured this would be a really good system to store my stickers. So essentially what my plan was to just make some dividers out of cardstock and then kind of like make some kind of tab system where I can write the name of the actual like sticker design on there. That way they're very organized. It's pretty much just like a divider system because I was looking into ordering like really small file folders or some kind of something that had dividers, but I couldn't find anything that was probably more than like 8 to 10 pockets, and that was pretty unreasonable for the amount of sticker designs that I know I'm gonna have. So I figured it would just be easier at that point to kind of DIY something and make myself my own little sticker storage system, and this actually ended up working out really well, and I really like the way it looks. I think it's super cute. I really want to after the fact paint like some sort of design on the outside of the actual frosted containers, like just some floral design on probably the bottom half of the containers. I think that would be really cute and just another way to decorate them and make them look nicer. Target also had some clear ones. They were more expensive and I thought they looked nicer, but they were not stackable, and I figured I would sacrifice the aesthetics for the functionality for like the first time in my life ever. But I figured the stackable factor of these containers would make them a lot more beneficial to me in the long run, especially when I just have them like sitting to the side somewhere and I'm not using them. That's really nice that they're stackable. So those are the ones that I ended up going with, and they were really cheap too. They were honestly, I want to say they were like $2 to $3 each. So I just got 3 of them, which was definitely more than I needed in this moment. I think if we're rounding up, I might have between like 15 to 20 different sticker designs. So obviously that is way more containers than I need, but I figured this way if Target ever stops carrying them and I need to get more, I'll have the extras, which is really nice. And that way I just have a matching set of little storage systems for my stickers. I also had pretty much everything else at home, which was really nice because this ended up being a very budget-friendly sort of like project for me to do. I had all the paper at home, I had the double-sided tape, obviously I had all my stickers, so it was pretty much just me sitting down for a couple hours setting this together. And like I said, I'm really happy with how this turned out. This is a very nice and functional way to store my stickers in a way that'll make it really easy for me to package. And on top of that, it also really doesn't take up that much space. I know a lot of people for stickers for their own shop, what they do is they get like a big container that has drawers and something that's very like space consuming, which is not what I want because I don't have a ton of space to store product, and if I can like store things in a way that's very storage friendly and like space friendly, that's definitely the route that I want to take. But this kind of gives me the best of both worlds because it doesn't take up a whole lot of space, and on top of that it's very organized and easy to see everything. So I really like how this turned out. I didn't record the footage of me actually writing the names of the sticker designs on there, but I have done that now and it looks really nice and I'm really happy with it. Something that is so exciting and I have been wanting to do for the longest time is to buy an actual camera, because if you do not know, I have been recording all of my videos on my fiance's old phone, which is a Google Pixel. It has amazing recording quality. It can record in 4K, and that's what I normally do. My videos aren't technically 4K videos when I upload them to YouTube, but there's definitely a quality difference in recording to 4K and recording to 1080p, so that's what I've been using. The only problem with that is I have totally destroyed the battery on that thing. With the sessions I record, a lot of times I have to keep the phone plugged in while I'm recording, so after the like couple of years of using it, it cannot stay unplugged without dying. It dies in like 5 minutes tops if it's unplugged, so it's very not functional because pretty much whenever I'm recording whatever I'm recording, I have to have the phone plugged into an outlet, which is super inconvenient. So I did a lot of research. I was debating between this one, which is the EOS M50 by Canon, or the G7X Mark II was the other camera I was looking at. Both of them are very similar in what they do. The G7X Mark II, it is a point-and-shoot camera versus this one is not a point-and-shoot camera, so there's benefits of each one. I settled with the EOS M50 because even though it was more expensive, the benefits of the more expensive camera were like far outweighing spending like $100 less. The reason I chose this camera specifically is because it has the option to have an external mic, and on top of that, something I noticed when I was watching reviews for the Mark II was that when it autofocused, there was a notable sound that the microphone within the camera would pick up. So that's not super great. I don't do a whole lot of like real-time talking in my footage. I normally do voiceovers, but for the sake of being able to do that in the future, I felt like that was a worthy investment for me. And on top of that, it also has a detachable lens versus the Mark II is just the lens that the camera comes with because it's a point and shoot camera. I don't intend on upgrading my lens anytime soon because that is dang expensive and oh my goodness, but just having that option available to me in the future was something that was worth it for spending the extra money. So this is the camera I got. The quality is honestly actually a downgrade from recording with the phone, which is a little upsetting, but at the same time, for the sake of convenience and not having to have this constantly plugged into an outlet when I'm recording is so worth it for me. Just like literally the sake of convenience has been so life-changing for recording footage. So it's been really good to me and I'm really happy with the purchase. It was very expensive, but something that was a definitely worthy investment, and I'm very happy that I did it because I love it. It's so convenient, it's a really nice camera, and it records good video. So if you're looking to upgrade in any way, shape, and form, I would recommend this camera a lot. This is the EOS M50, like I said. Also, the G7X Mark II is a really good camera. From what I've seen, most art YouTubers use either or of those cameras, which is really cool. The only thing is, they're really expensive. This one was $650, and I believe the G7X Mark II is like $100 cheaper, but they're very expensive, but cameras are sadly very expensive. I've also been pretty busy when it comes to digital art because I've been trying to pump out a lot of different sticker designs that I'll have available for my shop. So I just wanted to show off some of the more recent sticker designs that I've made that I'm very happy with, so I turned them into actual stickers, and I made a couple of batches of each design. So most of them are Naruto stickers, but I also have an older fruits basket design that I showed, which I've had for a long time, but I just printed a couple batches of that one. And then I also made a Clanid sticker because I recently rewatched the series and I absolutely love it, and I really want to make more stickers of the series because it's a gorgeous series, but it's so old that I don't know if there's much of a demand for it, but it was kind of like a guilty pleasure design for me to make, so I'm really happy that I made it. And if you were not aware, I do have a print tier over on my Patreon page, and basically what I've been trying to do for every month is have the current months, or technically the next month, but I've tried to be early on making the artwork for my Patreon prints. So I want to have, like, for example, this is the February artwork. I wanted to have that done in January, so I was able to post it on February 1st. And I kind of push it more than I'm comfortable with every single month because it takes me a while to do these. But I was really pushing it with this one. I did this one on the 25th, and that was very uncomfortable for me doing it that late in the month because I didn't know if it would turn out good. I might have to scrap the idea I had, but everything worked. It's fine. I did it. It looks great. I'm really happy with this illustration. What I decided to do for February was a illustration of Hatsuharu Soma from Fruits Basket, and I did this for Chinese New Year's because I thought that would be really fun. I always really enjoy seeing people do the respective Fruits Basket character for the animal that's associated with the current year of Chinese New Year. So if you did not know, this year is the year of the ox, and Hatsuharu Soma is the, like, ox character in the Fruits Basket series, so I thought that would be a really cute way to kind of incorporate a seasonal thing and something going on in the month into a print. So when I came up with this idea, I was so excited for it because I love Fruits Basket so much, and being able to do a Fruits Basket character for my Patreon print was very exciting to me. So if you do not like Fruits Basket, I'm sorry, but this was very self-indulgent and I thought it was very fitting for the month, so I really wanted to do it. I've done fan art for my last 2 now Patreon prints in a row, so I'm so sorry about that if that's not your thing. I will definitely do something that is original art next month because I feel a little bit bad doing fan art for Patreon prints just because so many of my patrons just pledge every month, which blows my mind. At the end of every month, I genuinely expect like at least half of my patrons to drop off my print tier, but so many of you guys have just stuck around with me and are getting the prints every month, and that's so freaking cool, and it means so much to me. Like, it's really crazy how many of you guys carry over each month, and it really warms my heart, so thank you guys so much. I really appreciate all my patrons, And because my patrons exist, I was able to get that camera, which is super freaking cool because I would not have been able to afford that otherwise. So thank you guys so much for supporting me and allowing me to make self-indulgent fan art like this and still make money off of it, because that is really nice and enjoyable. And I thought it would be really fun to do like Chinese New Year's colors and have a very obvious like Chinese New Year theme going on with this one. So for this illustration, I drew Hatsuharu in his actual like canon outfit that the official Fruits Basket did like an illustration of. The white piece of fabric that was draping over him actually had cow print in the original illustration. I didn't know how that was going to turn out, so what I did was I scanned it in before doing the cow print in case I messed it up, and then I did the cow print, and I did mess it up because I had to use some white ink to put over the white bits because I accidentally painted skin tone there, and it was water soluble, so when I put the black on top they kind of blended together and it looked really chalky and gross. So the final piece is not the one with the cow print, so yikes. But that's fine because I scanned it in. I just ruined the original, which is not the biggest deal in the world. I'd rather have the prints looking better than the original, so this is fine. But for the background, I decided to just paint it completely red, and then for the individual prints, what I'm gonna do is go ahead and do gold accents hand painted on each piece. That way they're kind of embellished. And I figured that would be a very fun way to tie in the colors of Chinese New Year and keep it very like themed. And also I think hand embellishments and just having that gold accent on them as a whole is very pretty. So I really like the way that that worked. I'm very happy that it worked because I wasn't 100% sure if it would. And then the start of the month meant that I had to start working on my previous month's Patreon rewards and sending them out. So you just saw me working on the artwork that is for the February print, but at the start of the following month of the prints is when I mail them out. So that artwork will be going out at the beginning of March. So beginning of February, what I did was I shipped out January's rewards, which is what you'll see me doing right now. It's been very exciting for me doing Patreon print rewards because every month I've gotten more and more patrons on my print tier, which has been really exciting to just like physically see the actual like stack of prints, the stack of envelopes grow every single month. And also I find it really enjoyable to actually pack these and send them out to everyone. It's been a really fun process, so I'm very happy to do it. And it really doesn't take me that long, like start to finish. I started this really early in the morning. It only took me a couple hours to finish, which was very nice because it's not a hard thing at all, but handwriting everything on these guys really kills my hand, so I'm really glad I have a manageable amount of these guys to send out. But packing everything is just very satisfying and it's a very fun process and something that I look forward to doing at the beginning of every month, so I really like doing it. And it's also really nice to be able to send my artwork out to you guys. I think doing Patreon prints has been really nice because it's kind of like dipping my toes into sending my artwork out there and selling my art, which is something I think I mentioned in my other studio vlog that I was packing Patreon prints. But it's really satisfying, it's really enjoyable, and it's really fun to see you guys like get my art and have my artwork. So if you are my patron, if you want to, if you could just tag me on like Instagram or any social media when you actually receive your print, I love to see it. It's so nice, it's so cool seeing you guys have my art and stuff like that. So thank you so much to all my patrons. I can't say that enough. Like thank you guys so much for supporting me. If you're not my patron, no pressure at all to support my patron. I hope it doesn't come off as like me recording myself doing all these things for Patreon as trying to like entice you or guilt you into joining my Patreon. Not at all. Like I completely understand that it's $10 a month for my Patreon like print tier. I understand that first of all, for some people they can't afford that, and on top of that, like no one's obligated to support me on Patreon at all. But thank you to everyone who has. I really appreciate it. Just watching my videos is so much more than enough support. Thank you guys for watching my videos because that in of itself really supports me, so I appreciate it either way. Also, I kind of wanted to just talk about where I am when it comes to working on a shop for now, just so I can kind of give you guys an update because I know a lot of you are curious as to when I'm going to open up an online store, and I also think it's really nice to talk about just to kind of reinforce in my mind where I'm at. But I've kind of been in the mindset of like, I need to make more artwork for prints and stickers for the longest time. And I think I'm finally at the point where I feel comfortable with the amount of sticker designs I have, and I feel comfortable with the amount of print designs I have. I definitely have more sticker designs than print designs, but I did a few polls on Instagram long ago, and it was very obvious that far more people were interested in stickers than prints, which makes sense because they're cheaper and they're kind of easier to put somewhere versus prints you kind of just hang up on a wall. For my prints, I will only be offering 5x7 prints. I don't really want to do anything larger in size than that, so they'll all be like postcard prints essentially. But I think I have around 15 to 20 sticker designs, and then I have around 5 to 6 print designs, which isn't as much as I would like to have in the future, but for the time being, I think that's a really reasonable amount for me. For my first store opening, I kind of want it to be like a soft run, essentially, so I don't want to have like a huge amount of stock just because I do work another job and I don't want to be super overwhelmed with orders. So I'm gonna have around like 20 to 40 of each sticker design, and then I think I'm only actually going to have 10 of each print design. I don't know how much demand there is for anything. I know that's a small amount of prints, but the prints are going to be a lot more expensive than the stickers. Not like super expensive, they're still going to be like well under $10, but they're going to be more expensive, and I really don't know the demand for prints at all, or like if people want the designs, or like how many people are going to buy. So I know 10 is really not a huge amount, but ink is also very expensive, so I think that starting off small is in my best interest. That way in the future I can know how many to print based off of how fast they sell, so I think that's what's gonna work best for me. So pretty much all I have to do now when it comes to store is buying everything for shipping supplies, which is going to be pretty expensive because I need to buy mailers, I need to buy tissue paper, I need to buy glassine bags, which isn't the most expensive thing, but I need to wait a while to have the money to purchase that. And then I just need to set up an online store. So realistically, I think probably like 2 to 3 months is a safe place to say. No guarantees, obviously, that's just an estimate. It could be like 6 months, it could be 12 months, but I'm very excited in the amount of time I put into it and how close I am to it being realistically like a thing that's gonna happen, so I'm very excited for it. But that is everything I have to share with you guys today. Thank you so much for watching and listening to me ramble. I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next one.